one thing about this premium tier is, to me, and you mentioned this a minute ago, this is just a repackaging of PlayStation Now.
Yep, that's all it is.
It's just like the premium tier. Now the extra tier, which premium tier does have, it's premium's going to have the PlayStation 4 and 5 collection of games.
Right.
Is maybe a little bit more than what PlayStation Now had. But even PlayStation Now had a decent selection of PS4 games. It's just those PS5 games that are being added in. So it is a little bit of an expansion of PS Now, but it's basically just a rebranding, saying, trying to, because I think a lot of people had PS Now in their head as only streaming, because I think it was that to begin with.
Yeah, I do too.
And I think they're just trying to change people's mind about what they're offering, because they want to compete with Game Pass.
Right.
But do you think this list, including the PS4 and PS5 games and all this other stuff, is this something that you can compete with Game Pass?
Well, I mean, like we said, the extra tier with the PS4 and 5 games is probably the best tier, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, we'll break down prices here in a minute and talk about what it's worth. Cause
yeah, well, that was going to be the angle I was taking. But I mean,
because you do get that last tier does have a lot of stuff, and when you talk about how much extra you're adding per month, it's really not very much if you buy in a year.
Yeah, but price, not considering price.
Not considering price, is this something, this whole service, say, does any of it compete with Game Pass?
I mean, maybe. I mean, it has those PlayStation games that you can't get on Game Pass, and those are awesome games.
Yeah.
You can't play God of War or Ghost of Tsushima or Spider-Man or any of that on Game Pass. So if you're really into that, if you're a PlayStation guy, you don't have an Xbox, and you've been wanting a service like Game Pass, sure. If you're in a position like us where we have all the consoles and you already canceled your Game Pass, I still have mine. I may go your way actually and go the GameFly route, but I don't think I'm gonna do it personally. But
I think that if you are like you just said, if you only have a PlayStation, PS4 or PS5, and you want something like Game Pass, I think this is really good. If you have everything and you have to choose between this and Game Pass, I do think that this could. I would have a hard time choosing between them. I don't think
it just depends on what you like more.
Yeah, I think it depends on what what kind of games you're going for. Because although Game Pass does have day one Microsoft releases, there's not that many games that are being released by Microsoft right now.
Yeah.
In the future, I think give it a year or so, when in 2023 there may be a whole lot of Microsoft games coming out.
Yeah, Starfield and
yeah,
that other Bethesda game.
Well, Starfield got pushed to 2023. It was going to be, yeah. That other Bethesda game.
What is that thing called? The one it's about the vampires, right?
I don't know. You've confused me with your description. The one about vampires.
Yeah. Redfall.
Oh, Redfall. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't really know much about Redfall. I've heard the name, and I know it's a game.
I just remember when they revealed it at the whatever that thing. I don't know if it
whatever
was,
that thing was.
I don't remember which presentation it was.
So we but I was saying a second ago that if I think I would have a hard time choosing between these, and the reason is the price. Okay, so the price of these, the essential tier is basically the same price and we've had for PlayStation Plus, which is $9.99 monthly, or if you buy it as a year, it's $60, which is $5 a month. So you can get it half price if you buy a year, which we're going to see that be a trend here pretty much. The extra is $15 a month, or if you buy it yearly, it comes to $8.33 a month, which so far that is cheaper than Game Pass Console, which is $10 a month, and I think that it's very similar in scope. And then the premium tier is $18 a month or $17.99 a month monthly, or about $10 a month if you buy yearly.
Yeah.
Which I think for $10 a month, we're really looking at something that is $5 cheaper than, it's the same price as Game Pass Console, $5 cheaper than Game Pass Ultimate, which this does include things that can be played on PC, by the way. So I think that for the price, I would have a hard time choosing between Game Pass and this PlayStation Plus, thing. And I think if you're on a budget, I think these are great options. If you can't afford $60, $70 new game releases and you want a bunch of games to play, this is a great way to play game on a budget. Either way.
Now, one thing I'm noticing throughout this list is that there's not a lot of really awesome, well-known multiplayer games.
No, and I think that's PlayStation's way, isn't it? They're very focused on these single player experiences, and that's just kind of, I think that is one of the reasons that PlayStation has developed the reputation it has. I mean, like, people who are really into single player experiences typically go the PlayStation route, and those who are really interested in multiplayer experiences typically go the Xbox or Microsoft route,
Because to me, that's something cool about Game Pass is you get so many of those great multiplayer games that you can play forever, which is maybe how they get you, because you're just playing the same game over and over. Maybe
which is one of the reasons I don't do it anymore, is because of that exact reason.
Because of Sea of Thieves, you got your Gears of War, you've got Halo,
yeah, all those things. And I think that is for me, having a really good selection of single player games makes this more valuable. Personally.
Yeah.